Yo guys, InsaneGamer52 here, and today I'm going to show you the new, absolutely fastest way to level up guns in Modern Warfare 3. Alright, so many of you likely already know the strategy where you farm an unlimited spawn contract for kills. Outlast and Spore Control are the more popular contracts, with Raid Weapon Stash being the next runner-up. You would start these contracts and get close to finishing them, then just farm kills without completing the contract. There's a soft cap at 750 kills where you start getting a quarter of the weapon XP, so this is usually good for 6 to 7 levels and takes around 15 minutes to do. Double weapon XP would obviously affect this, and you would get 13 levels in that time. It is worth noting that the first double weapon XP event is active at the time of this recording. This event did double the rate at which you earn weapon XP, but it did not raise the soft cap. That means that you will earn XP faster, but the cap still hits when you get 7 levels. Double XP tokens do currently double this cap and are actually the best way to get weapon levels. I just wanted to give you guys a heads up so you don't have false expectations about double XP events. Okay, so there's a new strategy that is much faster than Outlast and gives the same amount of XP. This is to absolutely crank through contracts as fast as you can. Previously, this wasn't as good since double weapon XP wasn't affecting contract XP when holding the gun that you're leveling up. But now it does, and oh boy is this method quick. Okay, before you get into the game, here are what I recommend using for your loadout to make things a bit easier. Coming in with an Ethereum crystal to either single or double pack your gun, and a green or blue Aether tool would be extremely beneficial, so you can do tier 1 and 2 contracts with no worries. I like to use Semtex, but pretty much all lethal should work just fine. And decoys are by far the best tactical since they're basically mini monkey bombs that you can refill at ammo caches. If you're solo, then I recommend using Energy Mine to help get you out of any sticky situation. And if you're co-op, then my favorite field upgrade is Healing Aura, so that if there is trouble, then you can easily revive a teammate by just being within 100 meters of them. For perks, I recommend bringing in Juggernog, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, Deadshot, and Death Perception if you have them. Death Perception may sound weird, but it can be very useful for finding HVT targets when they're inside buildings with multiple floors. When you get into a game, you want to use any Aether tools, Ethereum crystals, and perks that you came in with, then grab the nearest vehicle. The fastest contract is coincidentally the one that gives you the most XP, which is the Eliminate HVT. These look like a crosshair symbol on your map and are usually very plentiful. HVT contracts give 750 base XP, while all others only give 500. Double XP obviously affects this, and now double weapon XP does as well, so you can get 1500 weapon XP per HVT contract that you complete. This XP is the same in every threat level, so it doesn't matter if you pick up tier 1, 2, or 3 contracts for the strategy. I like to stick with tier 1 and 2 contracts since my guns usually don't put out enough damage to quickly complete tier 3s. Weapons only take 2250 XP to level up, so you will get a weapon level with almost every contract that you complete. On average, these contracts take 30 to 40 seconds to complete, and most of that time is driving to the target location. The one exception is Disciples, which can take a lot longer since they fly around and steal health by attaching a beam to you. As long as you're adequately prepared with upgraded weapons, then you should still be able to deal with Disciples within a minute or two. But if you know that there's another HVT contract nearby, then you may want to cancel and just move on to the next target. Feel free to get kills while doing these contracts, but don't go out of your way for them since the biggest bulk of XP is coming from the contract completion itself. It should take about 1 minute on average to drive to an HVT contract, drive to the target area, and complete the contract. It was recently discovered that you can get up to 15,000 weapon XP before it gets soft capped and starts giving you a quarter of what you earn. Since this weapon XP can be from any source, then that means that you'll hit this cap regardless if it's from completing contracts, purely getting kills, or a mix of both. This means that if you complete 10 Eliminate HVT contracts, then you can hit that cap in about 10 minutes of game time. This method is 50% faster than just farming kills at an Outlast objective and is definitely more exciting too. Contract spawns are random in each game, so some games will have more HVT contracts than others, and this time may vary. Contracts respawn over time, so if there's no HVTs nearby, then feel free to pick up another contract like Deliver Cargo, which will be a bit slower and give you a little less XP. Since the cap is purely XP based, you can do other contracts and still reach it just fine as long as a majority of your contracts are Eliminate HVT. When you complete enough contracts to get 7 levels without double weapon XP or 13 levels with it active, then just Exfil and start again. Again, currently only double XP tokens actually raise the cap to 13 levels, and double XP events stick with the 7 level cap. One of the great things about this strategy is that the XP is shared with your whole team, so it doesn't matter if you run solo or as a squad since everyone will get the same XP. If you want help finding a squad to grind Modern Warfare Zombies with, then feel free to join my Discord server linked in the description below. If you found this guide helpful, let me know by dropping a thumbs up, and feel free to subscribe for more in-depth guides in the future.